Ep.7, Ryan Resells Infinity. Now, here's what I'll tell you. Here's what's going to be funny is that the reason why I couldn't understand about, I don't know, what is it, 20 minutes talking to no one, wondering why we couldn't get any engagement. Usually people flicker in, flicker out. And what I had done was not set it up to public, right? That'd be an issue. So hopefully people will come back and realize that I didn't not start this live on time. I did start it on time, 6:15. Now I'm worried that I don't have the right settings on this one. So I had a stupid poll on the other one. I don't even know what I'm doing. Talking to myself is what I was doing. Talking to myself about selling on Amazon, Walmart, and eBay. Retail arbitrage, clearance. One person in the chat. Nice. I messed up the chat when I started at 6:15. Blew it. I blew it, Donnie. Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. 20 minutes I was talking to myself, thinking that this is odd that nobody's hopping in, hopping out, because I'm like, I know it goes through the live feed or the shorts feeds and stuff. And usually have people hopping in. There's 2 people. Nice. And so at 6:15 I'm on, except my settings were not for public. It was unlisted. So now that's something I know. Idiot. Oh, man. So, yeah, so that was dumb. So talking 20 minutes, I'm like, oh, this is weird. Thumbs up. Appreciate you. I was like, man, this is weird that no one's saying anything. So, yeah, we talk about a couple more things that we talked about in the last one, which is going to be, I changed the banner. So I changed the banner of the main YouTube page. I thought that was pretty cool. It took me way too long to do it. I think it looks cool. I liked it. So I started making a thumbnail that was sort of like that. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I think I'll change the banner, a little refresh for the banner for the homepage of the YouTube. I don't know how many people actually go there. You can let me know. But yeah, so I was like, oh, I'll change that. It took me way too long, silly long time to do it. It was fairly interesting. You got to like size it to fit into 3 parameters through a phone, like a laptop and a TV, right? But they only give you one size to do, and you've got to like fit it in. It's got to make sense in that space. Anyway, so 20 minutes, I didn't write anything down. I was like, oh, I'm just not going to write anything down. We'll have some engagement like we did last time on the last live, and no big deal. Get on 20 minutes is not a soul. I'm like, man, I don't know if this is even working. Luckily, I lost connection and ended it, and then yeah, backed up a parking space, and yeah, to hook up to this lovely Walmart Wi-Fi. Yeah, we're good to go. So that's what I was talking about. What else was I talking about? Talking about, oh yeah. So the whole beginning of this was we are at 400 and 475 subs, 475 subscribers. Fantastic, wonderful. We are very close. Damn close is what I said. I made a lot of jokes on the last one too. I don't know if they're not gonna work on this one. Damn close to 500, right? I'm not really worried about the subs so much as I'm worried about the watch hours now. So I looked and we've got 2,000. So we got like 2,000 watch hours, right? We need 3. So we need 1,000 more hours of watch time to do members only. And I said it on the last live that I messed up, which is I think I've got it figured out what we're going to do. We're going to break them down into like clips. And you guys will get these videos before other people will get these videos. So you'll be able to see like maybe 5-minute clips, maybe 10 minutes, something like that, maybe 5 minutes of what we're getting, UPCs, what I'm getting. I don't know how I say we as in you and I, right? We're in this together, the infinities or whatever. I made a joke about that. said that we could be like a group. It was a whole thing. I said I'm not a magician, you know, a musician, you know, I'm not a musician or a magician. Anyway, there's a clip going around. It's funny. Uh, that's funny. 3,000 watch hours is what we need. And what I was saying is that we can, you know, if you guys can put that on, you know, put the live on mute. I just dropped. I said dropped. I promised myself. The last one I didn't say dropped. I promised myself I wasn't going to drop another one and another one. I put on YouTube another recap, another monthly recap of April. So that's on now. So you guys can go through. It's like 3 hours long, like 9 videos or something like that. So that's you know, the compilation type style where they just rolls through. You don't got to mess with it. Just put it on play. You can even put it on mute. You don't want to hear my voice, right? That's fine too. While you're putting together a shipment, while you're, you know, researching things, while you're listing things, put it on a laptop or your TV or whatever, and just let it roll, right? And that'll help us get to 3,000 faster. We just need 1,000 more hours, and that's not very much. You know, if everybody that's subbed watched, you know, 2 hours worth of whatever, we could easily be there for 1,000 hours. So roughly, right? This math is not mathing. I know I'm not a magician or whatever you said. I'm not a musician. So yeah, guys in the chat, thumbs up, awesome, appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. Any other things that I put in the other chat? I talked about Richie Hustles, saying that all these other resellers are fluff. How you gonna do it? Fluff. Told me fluff. The Boss Podcast. Shout out to Richie Hustles. Fluff. He said, "You guys need me," and I said, "I'm all fluff, right?" But yeah. Then I said something about getting his links right. Get your links right. Anyway, I'm just messing. I was just messing. He's from Boston. Anyway, we were talking also about trying to get them thumbnails. I've been doing better on the thumbnails. I think some of the thumbnails, like I think there's one more video before the different style of video that I'm going to do a little bit, which is just basically like a preview. I do like a preview at the beginning, a little bit higher retention, I think, that we'll get on the videos, you know, make them a little easier, a little bit of a preview so you'll know what the video is kind of going to be about or what we're getting, you know, hype it up, a little hook there. Yeah, hopefully no one is going to the other, trying to watch that other not live that might be live. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can let me know. Does the stream look all right? Does it look all right? You guys want to let me know in the comments? Look good? Thumbs up? Anything? You know, it'd be cooler. Look at, so if they've got, if you type in like link, if you're on your phone, it'll show like an infinity sign, which looks like a link. It's kind of cool. That was like kind of my thumbs up emoji that I wanted to use. Anyway, talking about reselling, the state of reselling. I was saying before on the live that I messed up, I talked for 20 minutes on that Walmart's decent, right? Walmart's decent. Certain items, it's decent. The other stores are starting to become decent. There's some things out there. It's summertime, right? So, well, it's not summertime quite yet, but spring. So they're doing a lot of different inventories, mods, a lot of stuff they're throwing on clearance. And so that's good. We'll be able to capitalize on those things, you know, as far as clearance, doing the retail arbitrage deal. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys have been getting. If it's, you know, if the things have been decent, you know, let me know that too. Trying to think of what else I said in the live that didn't go live. It was unlisted. Sure, appreciate you. The live that never was. It was unlisted. I didn't know I had to set it up every single time to be listed, to be public. I guess. Um, I guess you can set up lives and send links to only send links to people. I don't know. I'm novice. I don't know how this works really. We'll get better. We'll get better at it. Talked about subs, talked about the channel changes, the banner. I talked about the videos, how they're changing a little bit for more engaging. Start to see some of the newer thumbnails. I'm kind of proud of it. I'm a little bit proud of it. I think it's all right. It'd be doing, it's a little bit of all right. Get excited about, getting better, I guess, at this, whatever, tubing. What else did I talk about? We talked about other stores. Oh, we talked about some of the other stores I went to. Yeah, like being in a better. So if we go to a Goodwill again, which we could possibly, I'm never going to a Goodwill. I'm just kidding. The video that came out. We can go to another Goodwill. I just got to change the way I think about going to it because I'm in a clearance, brand new frame of mind, right? It's got me in a New York state of mind here where I'm trying to I got to switch to a different gear. Like this is used, this is, this item. I got to start switching into the DVDs and the Blu-rays that I know are good. That I'm not looking for when I'm sourcing at a retail store, right? So when I go to a Goodwill, I have to think different. I just think differently, right? So I'm looking at items differently for resale. Resale. And so those items, I need to look at those items in the proper context, which would be they're used. So we've got to keep our eyes out for the higher, the dogmas in the Blu-rays that go for $100, and there's some old DVDs and Blu-rays that go for, some of the sets that go for big money, even used. It's stupid money. You buy them for $2, they sell for $100, and these are real comps. These are real comps on eBay. If you look up Dogma right now, so the 7 people that are watching, you can listen to this tidbit. So if you look up like Dogma on Blu-ray right now, on eBay and look at the comps, it's like $125 or something. $125. These are solds. So yeah, $100 plus. I mean, don't go out of the live. I'm messing around. But yeah, so yeah. So that's that. Just got to get our head in the right headspace to be in those stores, and it's a different thing. And I don't think I can go in between going to where I'm on the hunt for these 7 items at these stores, and I just boom, and I'm going to them in the retail stores, and I'm like looking for them, because then I go into Goodwill and everything looks like shit. So it's you go to 13 stores or 10 stores in a day, and then you're like, oh, so this is like a garbage pile. It's like going into a crap store. So I really sell them, but I hate shopping. Kind of a catch-22. Dude, I hate shopping. Like, I never shopped before I started doing this. Like, literally never shopped. I mean, I grocery shop when I'm hungry, of course, but never shopped. I hated shopping. And the only excitement that I would get from shopping now is to find money. I feel like finding that money on the shelf is what I'm looking for. Yeah. I hear you, JP. Yeah, for sure. For certain. Yeah, so just get yourself in the mindset, changed around, and we'll get there. So yeah, so we went to, what was it, TJ Maxx, we did Kohl's, we did Goodwill. Is there another one in there? I think the next video is Walmart, and then I believe the next one where it transitions is into like different kind of thumbnail, not different thumbnails necessarily, but a little bit more, spend a little more time on the thumbnails. And I think they're pretty cool. I try to make them cool. And the way like the videos edited, just the beginning previews, and like changed the logo a little bit, and like did some other fancier things, but for the most part, it's still the same. I think I edited more in these videos. I used to edit a lot more too when I first started, and then that becomes a lot. So it becomes a lot to do. Anyway, let's talk about reselling, man. So talking about YouTube, we're on YouTube right now, right? You know what I mean? So let's talk about reselling. What have you guys been getting? Anything good? I mean, you don't have to tell me exactly what it is. You can just say, thumbs up, yay, nay. Anything good in your clearance sections? Where's everybody from? That type of stuff. If it's been decent, bad, good, indifferent, the same. Oh, I think I talked about too, is it on the last live I talked about this. This was another thing I mentioned that I had it. Anyway, we're not going to keep dwelling on my thing. My eBay sales, I don't know what, for whatever reason, have been better. I don't know if it's for all these years I just finally figured out what actually sells the new items that actually sell on eBay. I don't know. But they've been way better, like hundreds of dollars better, right? And that doesn't just happen, I don't think. Sales have been slow for me. Yeah, sorry about that, dude. JP, I think you're a dude. I think we talked about this last time. Man, dude, bro. That's a bummer. It's a bummer, man. It's a real bummer. Anybody know what that is? Anybody know what that movie is? Chick. Oh, gotcha. Right on. So maybe I don't remember that the last time. So sales have been slow. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. Yeah. On eBay or on just all platforms? Do you sell on like different platforms or? So everybody that doesn't know, I don't know who's all in here, but I sell on Amazon, Walmart, and eBay, right? And I don't sell on like Mercari or anything like that. I do have an account, no Poshmark, eBay and Posh. Gotcha. How's Posh like doing? I think there's more sellers than there are buyers these days. Is that what's happening? Because I know a lot of people are just like trying to sell. Everybody thinks they're a reseller. Not that, starting, yeah, everyone starts somewhere, of course. But I think they start with these other platforms. Now, I will say a couple of things. About eBay. So yeah, eBay. Okay, just my personal stuff. Thinking seriously about permanently quitting Posh. Yeah, go to Mercari. They just dropped their seller fees. Now the buyers are picking it up, but as long as you're willing to take offers, just drop that price down. Drop that price down enough to make it make sense for them, for the buyer, and sell more on Mercari. I like the way the Mercari's set up anyway. Mercari has a much better setup. Couple of things about eBay. I wanted to say, I sell on eBay, right? And I don't know what I'm going to cuss in here a little bit. So hopefully I don't offend anyone. I cuss, right? What the fuck is going on with eBay sellers? So I buy on eBay certain things too, as well. And so they take 3-4 days. I don't do this at all. In any way do I do this. They take 2-3 days to create a label, 2-3 days to even fucking drop it off to even where you can get the tracking, where it's like, oh, it's, the label's created, but it's not dropped. They haven't received it yet. So then you're waiting to, get the actual tracking. And then who knows how long, so you're talking like 7+ days, 7 to 10 days. I mean, I don't care about economy shipping. I'm not spending a ton to ship shit out to people super fast. Ground Advantage is what I usually use. but USPS, right? And so, but why does it take eBay sellers? And this is more than once. This happened to me. And I know there's like some slow states and things like that for USPS, but this happened to me like 5 orders in like the same week, where I was like 4 days later, I'm like, have they even shipped this thing yet? No, it hasn't even been shipped. It's just sitting there, like finally scanned. But I'm like, what the I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy at all. I don't like it. I don't do that. My shit is like there. I don't care if it's Nevada or Washington. 4 days tops, right? I get it. I get the order. Boom, it's gone. I'm gone with it. It's gone. I don't know if they don't have their shipping, templates set up correctly or what, but I mean, the expectation has got to be higher. eBay sellers, or I don't know what's happening. It doesn't make it enjoyable. You're like, 10 days to get a package. That's even if it shows up then. Anyway, that's not to, unless you guys are the ones doing it to me. No, I'm kidding. Ridiculous. So, yeah. So that's my little eBay rant there for a second. Macari, yeah, go ahead and go on Macari. I don't know. Jump on the Amazon wagon. Start selling on Amazon. Start selling on Walmart. It's a lot different. Maybe focus on one thing. I understand, but I always get my orders out at the latest the next morning. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, seriously. But I have the laziest post office in the country. Slower than turtles. No, I feel you. What I've also done is, so I drop it off sometimes, drop the packages off for the post office first thing in the morning to say like a Staples and stuff like that. They pick them up first thing in the morning. The driver will be there first thing in the morning. You actually, 5 minutes after they open, the USPS will come in and pick up the packages. And so I do that occasionally. So I like test out where the best places are, because once the driver gets it, sometimes that driver takes it to a different place. You know what I mean? Like a different different post office. So they might have it on route, and their pickups for the day might go to some other city or town or whatever. You know what I mean? That's not always the case, but I try like different ways of doing it. But I found like weekends and things like that, like off days, and like if it's late, like if it's after the morning, I always drop it at the post office. And I, talk to them and, this is going out today, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it is. But yeah, the Postal Service is just a shambles. We all know. We all know the Postal Service. They are rain, sleet, or snow. But does UPS do a better job? I think so. I believe so. They get paid. So who knows? FedEx, obviously, bottom of the rung. The bottom of the rung. I did DHL package one time because I was still shipping to Canada. That was wild. When I was shipping to Canada, I still used to do shipments. I used to do merchant fulfilled shipments to Canada back in the day. And yeah, that was interesting. DHL, I can't remember what it was. What was it that came back? Oh, what was it? What was it that came back? It was something crazy. I can't even remember what it was right now. It wasn't a watch. It was something. It was something decently priced. And I thought that they had lost it because it took so long. Then DHL actually reached out to me. So they actually did a good job on that. Emailed me, reached out to me. The local DHL did too. And then they got a hold of me, and I was like, this package had been up there for like a month. It was returned for some reason. Like, it couldn't go through customs. I can't even remember why. Like, it was undeliverable or something. I never refunded the money. I don't know. I mean, it was like a fake, scam or something. I don't know. Fake order. That happens on Amazon. Especially when you see the names that are wrong on merchant fulfilled. You always got to pay attention. At least on eBay, when they've got, I just had a return on eBay with some beauty product. This lady's like, it always has a seal on it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have a seal on it when you open it up. But she believes it does. But the problem with that is that I say lady, like I know who she is or anything, but the name. The problem is that she had 0 sales or 0 buy, 0 sales, you know what I mean? But she wasn't new. So I don't know. JP says, my husband or I have to camp out near the front door for DHL for a signature. Yeah, but glad it isn't delivered to Joe Blow next door. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, DHL's wild. There's like a documentary about the person that started DHL. It is nuts. It is nuts. I think it was on Netflix years ago. But that was the first international. That was like the first big deal. I want to say, like, before UPS and FedEx and all that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. What else is up? 25 minutes on this live. We got 4 people in the chat, 3 thumbs up. You don't have to get all the way out of the chat. Thumbs up would be awesome. My record, I think, is 4, maybe 5. I can't remember. Yeah. Anybody else in the chat got anything else? Questions? Anything they want to know? I have been reselling on Amazon for going on 4 years. 4 years now. So it's over 4 years. Walmart 3 and eBay was like 3.5 or something. So I did like Amazon and then eBay. And then I was like, I need a filler because it was, I was like, I need something decent. And Walmart was like, no one was even on Walmart. And then I caught a video of somebody talking about WFS, Walmart Fulfillment Services, or Walmart Fulfillment, whatever they call themselves, services, I believe. And so, yeah, I started doing that. The during the demic, and before it started. Yeah, you need an LLC for Walmart. So yes, you do. You do. You need to be a business. You can't. So the LLC is required. You need to be a business. You can't just be. You could be a sole proprietor. Do you ship into Walmart? Yes, I do, Reno. Ship into Walmart, and it is much easier. Once you have the inventory in and that shows that you can ship it in, they don't give a shit what you put in these boxes. They don't care. They don't care, man. 150 pounds. 150 pounds is nuts. It is nuts. I did a 75-pound box, which is weird because you're so used to the, stringent 50 pound, under 50 pounds, under 50 pounds. Don't even get it too close. 49 pounds is still can be misconstrued on Walmart or on Amazon scales, because there was a big problem there I was running into a big problem there where they're like, oh, your box is 1 inch bigger than you said it was, and it's 10 pounds over. And I'm like, bullshit. Or 1 pound over or something. I'm like, bullshit. It is. The box is standard, whatever the box size is. You know what I mean? So you can only stuff it so full. But anyway, yeah. So you do need to be an LLC, or you can be a sole prop, whatever. But you need it. So here's what I'll say. You don't need. Well, I don't believe they do sole proprietors. Okay, so I'm not 100%, 99% sure. You need an EIN or TIN, whichever your state or whatever does. This is not tax advice. Should I say that before? This is not tax advice. It's not business advice. I don't know what I'm talking about. I do know what I'm talking about because I'm an expert, the guru. I'm not. So a sole proprietor, you can be, I believe, a sole proprietor, and you can still request an EIN or a TIN. And you do not have to be an LLC, but I'm not sure if there's an option for that. I believe when I did the application, you needed to be an LLC with a FEIN, federal whatever, IRS number, basically. EIN, TIN, everywhere says it different. It's all the same shit. There's no difference. I don't know why they make it so complicated. It's the government, It's the government, bro. They got to make it stupid difficult. It's all the same thing. It doesn't mean anything different. I mean, The acronyms are different, but it's all the same thing. Um, it is very fun to send things into Walmart because it's like odd. It's kind of like a different thing where you're like you don't know what's really going to sell because they don't have a rank set up yet and they don't have a seller app yet. But I believe it is coming. I keep saying it's coming, and it's gonna be coming. It's gonna be coming. I've written 100 emails. I've given 100,000 different pieces of feedback, and they really love that feedback because they're new. Like they're like, what is working, what is not working. Is there a coast to ship into Walmart? I only do FBM with Walmart. No, so there's no coast. Here's the other thing. If you need to do Reno, you need to do WFS. Okay, so here's the deal. They reimburse you the money. So when you ship it in, you get that money back. It's fee free now. It's fee free. They want you to ship it in. They want you to ship it in. So ship it in. Ship all your stuff in. I don't label it because they don't require labeling. The reason why I started labeling, I'm for real. I'm telling you. There's no fees, man. No fees. And so you ship it. So it's like one of my shipments here recently, I think I talked about this on the last live, was, $400 and some. No, that was the Ninjas. It was like $400 and some, right? Okay. And then you ship it in, and then they just take that off the thing. You don't get charged for it. So it's fee free to ship it in. So they don't charge you. Obviously, you get paid all the other fees, right? So there's processing, there's storage, there's all the same regular fees. They're lower though, actually, than Amazon. And it's quite a bit more transparent, I think, on Walmart. At least the setup is. It seems to be, for me anyway. Simple, like simpler to see and understand, because they've got so many metrics on Amazon. It just is it blows your mind. You're like, what am I even looking at? Where's the money even going? You're like, where's the part where you show me how much I'm actually making? Where's my money? Where's the profit part? There's too many metrics on there. But on Walmart, so you do that plus up to 150 pounds. You can put, yes, see, Mandy S knows. See, there you go. Or M&S-D. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was Mandy at first, but it doesn't look like it. So yeah, that is the greatest thing about Walmart, and they're not going to do it forever. So once you get in, once you get onboarded and all that, and it's going to be a shit show, right? Just so you know, if you're trying to get on Walmart, it's going to be a shit show. It's going to be hard to do and like figure out, and it's going to be different, and it's a learning thing, right? So don't think roll out of bed, it's going to be like a different platform, because it's not. It's clunky, slow. You already know, Reno. You already know. You already know. The thing I don't like about like merchant fulfilled, I don't mind merchant or seller fulfilled is what they call it. I don't mind it, but I set everything up. For merchant fulfilled to begin with. So when I list my items, I set it already up for Walmart fulfilled eligible. This eliminates first of all, it gets it in the system so that you don't have to do anything else afterwards. So when you go into inventory, you can just start clicking those inventory numbers right in, and you can, it'll be there. So you won't have to like convert it. Converting it can be a pain in the ass. Walmart, it is not good. It's not easy. It's a pain in the butt. Data Spark, no. I use nothing. I use the services that I pay for. Also, you don't pay for Walmart, right? You know what I mean? There's no monthly fees. They want you. And this is why I say in 3 years, if not sooner, Walmart will be right there with Amazon, right there. If not sooner, barring anything, catastrophic, like I said, they will be there. They've got the buildings. These buildings are not, 5 years or less, these buildings are all going to be storage. They're not going to be stores. You're not going to shop in stores anymore. That means us RA guys and gals, girls, chicks, need to, figure out what we're doing, do some more RA or OA, kind of diversify a little bit more, and don't stick everything into one thing. Definitely need to be on more than one platform if you're not already. Would be my advice. You know, we start getting a little, more knowing each other a little bit cozier in our lives together. I might start divulging why that is the big deal. Some of my past issues, uh, but no, I haven't tried that. Uh, yeah, yeah. Walmart, WFS. Yeah, you can easily easily make more sales because then it's shipped from Walmart and it shows that fulfilled by Walmart. Um, the fulfilled by Walmart under there. Obviously, if you're a pro seller, you'd be a pro seller. Plus, it's fulfilled by Walmart, and you're like churning out the sales. You can be $10. I've been $20 higher than the next person if you're a pro seller, and if you are fulfilled by Walmart, and you'll be the top dog. You know what I mean on the listing. So that's $20 difference. So it's Keepa for Walmart, not as good. Oh, really? That's interesting. That's interesting. Well, Spark, Walmart Spark, yeah, Data Spark. That's interesting. Interesting, but not as good. That is something I might have to check out. Seriously, I've never heard of that. And I've looked. I've looked for some seller numbers. Is it accurate? Is it decently accurate? Is it like $20 a month? Close, right? Hmm. That is very interesting. Does it have the same functionality? Like, can you scan the item, put in an ASIN, say, or a UPC or a SKU or whatever? I would assume it's got the same kind of setup. That is interesting. Yeah, because you never know what sells on Walmart. I mean, it's a guessing game. I mean, obviously you check Walmart and see if it can tell you 2K a month or sold 2,000 this month or 500 this month, and that's a big thing you want to look for. But um, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Hmm. Started getting into the big thing that I notice about Walmart is like the replens. Yes, but it mostly works on the pick, no app. Okay. Oh, on the PC, no app. Okay. I thought it said pick. Yeah. Throwing eyes in everywhere. Okay. Okay. So you can do your research like that, right? Okay. Um, yeah, I use Keepa's app, but I also for the like the main when I look at it myself, like when I go into it, kind of off screen a little bit, I'm looking at Keepa on the desktop version. But yeah, that's awesome. Good information, Reno. Thanks. Everybody in the chat should definitely, if you sell on Walmart, you should definitely check that out. It's interesting. Um, links in the description. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. I don't think I'm doing any of that. Yeah. So that's cool. Um, what else? What else? What else? Stores. Has anybody found any stores here recently that are decent? Had a lot of engagement in some of these videos with like some new people, and some of you guys too. Um, just commenting a lot about certain stores and things they've been into or haven't been into in a long time and all that stuff. So that's interesting. I like that. Uh, somebody said like home good or what was it? Not home goods. What was it? Some grocery store. Somebody wanted to see some grocery store. I don't remember which one it was. Now I don't remember which one it was. Anyway, doesn't matter. It don't matter. So yeah, 40 minutes, 475 subs, 3 thumbs up, 5 people in chat. I don't know if you guys can see this info. Can you see this stuff too? I think you guys can, right? See if you guys could put do a favor for me. Put the Infinity link in the chat real quick. Just everybody do it. Come on. Come on. If you look at your emojis, just put like link or chain link or something like that. It does like a little, it's like a little infinity thing. I think I talked about it in the other live. I'm like, that's what I want our little thing, our thing to be. And then I started talking about the infinities. Yeah, I started talking about you can be the infinities. Oh, fucking idiot. So funny. Stupid. Oh, man. Yes, 5. Okay, so you can't see him. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. See? I'm talking about. So what else is everybody up to? What are you guys selling? Are you guys selling on Posh? It's interesting. Does anybody else sell on Poshmark that's in here? I don't sell on Poshmark. I know nothing about that other than like I see a lot of sellers and I don't know how many buyers, you know? No, yeah. Yeah. So the state of clearance is decent. I mean, I've been seeing decent stuff at Walmart for RA, retail arbitrage. I've been seeing a decent amount of stuff at the other stores that I go to. There's a lot of stores that I go to that I don't show. We talked about before. I can't show you guys every single thing because I'm selling stuff, right? And so it can't be every single thing. And stuff that I'm still selling. I mean, I show you a lot. I show you a lot, probably too much, right? But when we get members only, that's gonna, you guys are gonna see a lot more. Like it's gonna be a lot more, and that's gonna be awesome. And I'm excited to be able to show that stuff, and you guys will be able to share stuff too. And so because there'll be members only, like there'll be a whole setup for members, and you guys can share stuff if you want. Bolos and whatnot. And I think that'll be good. I might limit certain amounts, certain tiers. We'll get there when we get there. So that's that. I wrote nothing down to keep talking about. Any other questions? Anybody got any other questions? Ask away. Does anybody do eBay International? Do you guys have your stuff set up for international shipping? Because here's the deal. eBay takes care of all that shit. You don't got to do nothing. They pay you like normal. They take care of everything. You send it to a, whatever shipping place they want you to send it to, fulfillment center they want you to, and they take care of everything. You don't even got to worry about it. I love it. It's just like, and then you don't have to worry about the shipping costs, like the any of the fees for the whatevers and this and that. There's nothing extra. So if you're not set up for it, you should get set up for it. I'm not sure if you have to set up for it or not. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've done it. Probably got an email 3 years ago or something about it, and was like, yeah, sure. I do want to do this. I do want to sell internationally, especially when you don't have to worry about anything. And yeah, it's interesting. Let's see. So Amazon side of the international stuff, I did that for 2 years, and I'm not selling internationally anymore. I used to sell so many Rainbow High in Mexico. They love Rainbow High. Rainbow High. What is it? What is the other ones? Monster High, Rainbow High. All those toys. Used to sell a shit ton of those toys in Mexico, right? I do not sell any of those things in Mexico anymore because it's fucking bullshit. They will keep it. I had 25 Rainbow High dolls promised to sell pending sales in Mexico, and it just sat there month after month after month after month. And finally, after 8 months, I had to contact, and it never canceled. They were just, the inventory was on hold. It was just sitting there on hold because they couldn't, they hadn't verified the payment because it was bullshit. Bullshit sales, bullshit sales to bullshit buyers, right? And so it was like 8 months. 8 months had thousands of dollars in Rainbow High and what was it, Monster High dolls, just sitting there. And of course, luckily it had sat there long enough that by that time the price went the other way, and I could not believe it. And I had to get a hold of course, the dreaded Amazon support, seller support, and it was the worst, dude. It was the worst. I'm like, cancel this order. I tried like 3 different times, and eventually I just kept on it. Because if you don't make it like your full-time job for that day to get this fucking thing remedied, it's never going to happen. They'll just keep fucking with you. And so you're like, okay, so I'll just sit here and wait and wait and wait and wait, and they'll get it figured out. Nope. They need more information and they need this. I'm like, look, this is not me. This is not my end. Just cancel these orders because I can't do it on my end. They have been there 8 months. Then they got to give them the ID, the order IDs. So you got to get those together, send those to them, and then they give you bad information. So then a person will just say, oh, well, you need to do this and blah, blah, like nothing to do with me. Wrong. You're wrong, right? As nicely as possible. You're wrong. Please, give me somebody that will listen, that blah, blah, blah. I think I went through 6 people. I wasn't on the phone, through email. Finally, canceled those. Somebody got on, was like, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. We canceled them. I said, fantastic. And then they went back into and I was like, okay, so I'm going to kick those, delete those listings, get those back into, the inventory here in the States. And yeah, they sold like that, and that was a decent chunk. JP says, I had an order from across the pond that was actually paid, but they asked me to cancel, right? So I did. For good customer service, I chose which international countries I will sell to. Yes, right. And so do not cancel. That is not your problem. Don't cancel it, right? I know, good customer service, blah, blah, blah. I just had somebody try to scam me on Amazon, saying that the item that I sold them was not new. They're like, and you give me a not new, blah, blah, blah. And here's the crazy thing. So they messaged me, right? Had the ASIN and had an order ID, right? So I checked the ASIN. I was like, yeah, I do sell these. This is kind of weird. I was like, oh, well, maybe it's, it's a demo. It was a demo. I think it was a I don't remember what it was. It was something. Perspet? It was Perspet, some kind. And I was like, oh, maybe change out the batteries. Those batteries, are just demo batteries. They're not like supposed to last you the life of the purse. And they're like, no, you sent it to me and it was used and it was a girl. And I was like, or at least they had the tone. I mean, the girl's name, it was a girl's name and it had the tone of a girl, I guess. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, huh. I'm like, what's the order ID? And gave me the order ID, and I'm like, it's not, you didn't buy it from me, right? So you didn't buy it from me. So I looked and I was like, huh. And as soon as I said, we have no record of this order and blah, 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 check it again and then get back with us, nothing. Crickets, right? I think that they could have been confused, but how would you directly message? How would you be able to directly message a seller on Amazon? And this isn't merchant fulfilled. This is fulfilled by Amazon. This is FBA. So how would you be able to directly message a seller that you had not had any contact with through sales, right? And then, you'd have to look at their store or something. You would have to have looked at their store. It's a weird thing. It was a weird thing. So, I mean, obviously, and even if I don't know how I would, this scam would have continued, me refunding you some kind of something or sending you something else to a different address or something. I guess I could have played along a little bit more. I reported it, of course, but I don't know. That was a different one that I haven't seen. Because it was like, oh, I do sell this. I'm like, why? We only sell new stuff. I mean, like 99.9%. So, and it definitely, if it was, because it wasn't, they didn't give me a merchant fulfilled SKU, so, or I mean, ASIN. So anyway, that's my rant on that. So you're talking, JP, you're talking about on eBay. Yeah, I would never cancel. I never cancel. I tell the customer they have to, right? You're gonna have to cancel it. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, an order from across the pond too. It was paid, but then they asked you to cancel it. See, that's weird. I would have let it get to them. I'd just let it ship to them, and if they wanted to return it after it was shipped, I mean, was it shipped already? No, so it wasn't shipped already. Okay, so in that case, what you do is, what you would do is have them cancel, right? Or I think there is an option to say that the seller is requesting a cancellation, but usually I will ask them. Sometimes they get lost in the eBay matrix of buttons and prompts and all that shit. And so yeah. Canceling is never good. And if you put it on the buyer, it doesn't hurt your metrics. I don't believe. Yeah. Anything else? We have 51 minutes. 51 minutes. Hopefully, if you guys are not subscribed, you will subscribe to this channel. There's a lot of good, helpful stuff in here. Yeah, I called eBay customer service, right, and I had their text to back up the cancellation, right? Yeah, I've done that before. Also, I've done that as well. Yeah, yep. I was like, look at me, they want to cancel. I'm not trying to cancel because I can't remember if this was before they had that option of like, I'm not trying to cancel this order. They're trying to cancel this order, but they don't understand how to go through the proper procedure to cancel it. So yeah, I've done that too before. Yeah. Yep. Any other questions? Anything else you guys want to know about? Like I said, I'm a guru. I gotta keep saying it. It's just funny to me. There's some of these people out here. Get my expert guide. Get on my expert guide, and I'm a guru of whatever. He's a genius reseller and all this horse shit. These people. Are you guys liking the content so far? Not necessarily this live. I don't know if you like this live at all, but the videos. Anything we should change? Any updates to the process that we should do? Shorter videos, longer videos. Anything. I can take it. Just wait here a couple more seconds. I don't know. Keep them coming. Appreciate it, Reno. Thank you, sir. Thank you. What else can we talk about? There you go. What else can we talk about? I already talked about the subs, the watch hours, members only, what we're going to do. Anything crazy that I found here recently? I already talked to you guys about the staple stuff. Now, a lot of people don't have the staple stuff. I appreciate your vast knowledge. That's because I'm an expert. No, I'm kidding. I've got to go to my job from hell tomorrow. Oh, soon I will leave that shithole. Well, I can't wait. We'll all be golf clapping for you to leave that shithole. For sure. Yes. Are you going to become a full-time reseller, or what's up? If you can answer one more question there, JP. That's my goal. All right. Nice. Nice. That is good to hear. Well, you'll get through tonight and or today. I don't know where you are, but yeah, definitely 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 do this for a job. It's much better. It's much better if you can, right? You know what I mean? It'd be much better. And keep coming back. Well, I appreciate you, stopping in. So have a good night at work. Reno. Oh, you missed the Staples stuff. What was it? It was a 50-50 deal. You get 50%. So here's the deal, man. So here's the deal. I put it in the members only. It was just a sneak peek to the members only playlist, right? And then I put a whole video, short video, I believe, like a compilation video in there also of the deal, I believe. Yeah, it was in the members only. It was in the members only playlist. Yeah. And it had the Staples deal, which was printers. I talked about this on the last live, I thought. I could have swore. Printers, 50% off. 50% off. Yes, now I remember. Yes. So the deal was, all these HP printers, getting them for basically half price, right? Because they were already on clearance, already on sale anyway. And then you get 50% off. Right, they're 50% off. Then you get 50% back in rewards, which money now. So it's not in dollar amounts. So it's not points. It's 50% in money. So it's not like, it's different. Staples rewards had at one time, they were just doing like fucking, points, and so many points got so many whatevers, and then so many points. Now you can kind of see the dollar amounts, but they do that too, but they also do, you can stack points, multiply points, X points, but they also do dollar for dollar deals. And so some of these, and I've gotten some recently, I could maybe tell you guys about, maybe. I'll tell you. All right. So recently, they've got some things. If you go in there, if you go into a Staples, if you have a Staples around and you go into a Staples, they've got where you can get the same kind of thing. Okay. So you get the Staples app, right? Get the rewards, get the app, right? So when you go into there, you activate the categories you want to sell in. They'll be like, electronics, chairs, office supplies, things like that. I usually do like bags. They've got Targus bags and Samsonite bags and all the good stuff, all the expensive brands, Targus cases. Yeah, I went to a bunch of different Staples. I went to a bunch of them. Yeah. And so yeah. So couple of these deals right now are in like stationery. So they've got stationery that is still 50% off. So they've got it 50% off, plus they've got it for the 50%, the 50%, whatever the hell, money. You know what I mean? Oh, this guy's hilarious. No, I'm not gay. Are you? Straight, dude. Straight, bro. Anyway, so he's like, yes or no. You must answer my question. So yeah, so stationary, like office supplies, pens. They've got some printer deals still going on, but a lot of this stuff was ink too, like HP ink, the bigger. Right. I'm like, where's this guy coming from? What are you talking about? No, gotcha. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for asking. I always, curious. I'm glad you said no since you've got your full name in the chat. Yeah. I mean, I'm not glad you said no. I'm just saying you just let everybody know one way or the other. I am happy. A happy fellow. Stationary office. They've got some ink. There's some other things, but yeah, you definitely want to get the app in Staples. Definitely want to get the app. Get the app, and then I was gonna say I was like, wow, you want to date me, or it'd be like I was thinking he's gonna do it like a Matthew McConaughey, you'd be cooler if you were, or whatever, if you did, thing. Takes all kinds. So anyway, what is it? Staples. Yes. No. Yes. Awesome. I don't even remember the question. Oh, so he was hitting on me, I guess. So Staples. That's the thing in Staples, Reno. Anything else that I can disclose? I don't know. You guys been looking at any Meyer? I don't know if you guys have Meyer around you to resell anything. Those routers, I can't really show you. I mean, I show you in some of the videos. Truth or dare? Listen, bro, I'm gonna kick you out. This is not your live. This is my life, right? And I mean, you can talk about whatever, really, but I'm not playing truth or dare with you. So, Meyer has been pretty crazy. These routers, I'm catching them, making a small fortune because I am an expert and a guru. So, but I just got back from Ollie's. Nice. Ollie's. Good stuff, cheap. Any luck at Ollie's, Reno? Yeah. Oh, the summer stuff? Nice. Like Coleman and all that stuff. I'm gonna have to go to Ollie's. Lawn, right? Yeah. I'm gonna have to go to Ollie's. It's been a little while. I don't know why it's been a while. I think the last time I was there was just such a downer. I'm camping. Yeah, right. Yep, Coleman camping and all that stuff. Yeah. Such a downer. I do, man. Listen, they have. Okay, awesome. I appreciate it, Layden. Okay, I couldn't tell by the name, right? So the last time I was there, it was such a downer, but I do love. They've got these fucking stubs. It's on some of my videos and some of my shorts, like my truck snacks I talk about. Fucking driving around so much, but they're like these puffs, but they're like Stubbs barbecue, and they've got like sweet and spicy and like tangy and whatever the hell. Those are good, for real. Yeah, and then you get a bunch of peanuts from there. Ohio. Ohio. Yep. Um, yeah. So yeah, those are pretty awesome. I like those snacks a lot. Like they're silly. They got crazy like peanuts and different coffees and stuff. I like to get in that stuff there, like to eat, to buy, like for myself. I'm like, oh, what's this crazy thing I never saw before? Yeah, I'm like, what is this chocolate covered whatever the hell I have never seen in another store before? So I'm like, I'll get these, toss them in the truck, and you know, northeast of Cleveland. Nice. Yeah, yeah. I know right where you are. Yeah. I know which Ollies you're going to probably. I've been there. I've been there. That's where I got those Ninja. I bet you that's where I got those Ninja. Um, those pan sets I was selling for like $400. I was buying them for 60. It was bananas. Bananas. Did you see any of the Rachel Rays? They've got the Rachel Ray pan sets. They've got the Rachel Ray pan sets. You check those out? Ollie's has some incredible stuff. Yes, I was looking. Right. I don't know if it's worth it. I looked at a couple of the sets. They're like a 13 piece or something like that. It seemed like it was when the flyer came out, but I'm not really sure. But I know that everybody's going to, unless you sell in another market, which you do, like because Amazon is not going to be the market for that because everybody's going to get them and try to send them in. But if you sell on a different market, Walmart, uh, yeah, those coffee machines. I looked at those too. I don't know. I'm like iffy about it. You know what I mean? All these stuff is sometimes hard to gauge. It just is hard to like because it just is. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Like it's hard to know. Now I'm all about taking a smaller profit in a thing that I know will sell, and I think that some of those will. But I haven't run over the numbers in since I got that flyer. Right. Yeah. 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 Hard to know. I mean, if it looks all right, and I'd sell it on a different platform, like I was saying, cough, cough, uh, just so and you could test it, merchant it, and test it. I don't like to merchant bigger items like that though, especially, home good stuff too. It gets returned a lot. And I don't want to deal with the returns kind of thing, rather send it in and let Amazon or Walmart deal with the returns. Either it goes back into my inventory or it goes, it goes, back to us. So, yeah. An hour and 8 minutes. 3 people in the chat. 3 thumbs up. Hopefully everybody's subbed. I would assume you all are. Reno has taken over he's taken over the chat. I'm kidding. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at it again. Definitely. I do know those pan sets seems decent. And the problem that I was saying, the reason why I would fulfill them through FBA or something like that would be because of the weight. Let's get the members together. I know, right? I know. So the reason why I would fulfill them through FBA them is because of the weight, and then the return and whatever, it'd just be a disaster. I did have some of those pans come back, and you know what you do with those Ninja pans when they come back? As long as they're not used. I will have to check the Wally website. Yes, right. And then that's what I was saying. Yes. Selling it on there. Yeah. And what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, because so it seemed like it would work uh, on. I don't even know what I was talking about. I got all off track there. I was saying something about um, something. How are the returns on Walmart? They're terrible. No. Uh, the wife will keep them. Exactly. That's what I was saying. That's what I was talking about. All right. Good job, Reno. So that's what I was talking about. Yes, I will. You know what you do when you get those returns? Yeah, give them yeah, right. The pans, buddy. I'm like, all right. Well, I I would never buy a $75 Ninja frying pan ever. So, but if it's a return, sure. I got it for this price. It's already made its way through. It's come back. It's not used or whatever, and package is all messed up or something. Sure. Sherry Miller. Yes. How are the returns on Walmart? The returns on Walmart are what they normally would be. I mean, the bad thing is that the biggest thing that they need to improve is the swiftness that they return the items, because it can take too long to even come back to you. You could be waiting a month plus, and then you can't dispute it. So after a month, you can't dispute the return. And a lot of times the return reason is incorrect because the Walmart employee who's taking it is just either taking the customer who is standing in front of them, their word, or they're just kind of putting it in as whatever. And so they just say, I'm returning it. And they don't really give a reason sometimes. But the Walmart employee has to give a reason, I would assume, in their end. And so their reason can just be anything. It could be defective, which counts against your metrics, which is a fault. So that is a problem that needs to be remedied. Yeah, for certain. So definitely needs to be fixed. They can say, whatever they want, and that goes against your metrics. And so especially if it's a defect or something, like I had, ink that was just smashed, at least it was smashed when it came back to me, and I assumed not opened, and I would assume that this is what the customer is saying. But I mean, they just bought the wrong ink, I would assume. And then they're like, okay, so they said it was defective. And so I've got X amount of defect percentage points that are towards that item product now. And then it goes against my overalls. So the returns are the same as Amazon, except that people can go to any Walmart and say anything. Yes, right. Right. And at least on Amazon, and I don't know if you guys are on this yet, and I make no money off of this. This is not an affiliation, but I use Refunds Manager, and you should too, for Amazon. So Refunds Manager will get you tons of money back on returns. They will get you tons of money back on lost inventory. They will get you tons of money back on discrepancies, pennies that you think that is just gone in the ether, that they catch discrepancies, shipping, return costs. They take care of it all. You don't do anything. You set it up, link it to your Amazon account. They are a partner with Amazon. They're one of the partners, on there, and they will take care of everything, right? At the end of the year, I see it doesn't cost you any money. All you pay per month or per whatever is a percentage of the money that they get you back. Money that you would never see anyway. You know why you would never see it? Because you don't even know it's missing. You have no idea. You will not sit there and go through every single order and every single report that Amazon has. My God. That would be all you would do. You would never resell anything. You would never be a seller. So Refunds Manager is what I use for everything Amazon related. They get you a bunch of money. So you get a percentage. They take it right off the top. Then they send you the money at the end. Or actually, no, that's not true. They take it directly out. So whatever they get you, they take a percentage, and then Amazon gives you whatever you're owed. So that's how it works. So none of your money, you don't have a link bank account. You don't have to do any of that. Yeah, it's for sure. Refunds Manager is the best. I've been using them for years, probably, thousands of dollars, like literally thousands of dollars. They've got a report of everything with different, different things, reasons, money that they've given you. It could be 6 cents, 10 cents, $1, $15. Any damaged inventory that is damaged at the Amazon warehouse that Amazon has not or will not reimburse you for, you should, and you need that, because they will get you your fucking money. Right. I will look for that things. Yes, absolutely. They'll get your money back. You don't need to talk to them. You don't need to bring them a case. You don't. Yeah. And if they're not a sponsor of this channel, no one's a sponsor of this channel, but they need to sponsor me for this stuff. I'll be the best. Because if you are looking for a hassle-free, this is my sales pitch, a hassle-free provider for all your returns and discrepancies on Amazon, FBA, inventory, they will do it. You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to link any bank account. There's nothing you have to do. You hook it up, you let it roll, and then you check periodically. You can get emails from them when they get you some money. And they'll give you like monthly recaps, weekly recaps, depends on how much you sell, how many returns you get. If you sell a lot, you could get a lot. I mean, it's a lot. And I don't care if it's $1. And they give you a better sense also of like where Amazon's trying to stick it to you, where they're trying to get over on you, because you're like, oh, I didn't even have any idea that was occurring. Silly stuff, extra money for shipping, things when things didn't weigh as much, personal shipping also, so merchant fulfilled items as well. So they just scan everything you do, and they're looking for discrepancies, weight discrepancies. If you accidentally put in too much weight, you paid for a pound when you were only supposed to pay for 6 ounces, right? They will fix that and find it. So yeah, it's a game changer. It was a game changer. And I don't use anything else. That and Keepa, right? Use Walmart, Scan and Go. I am back on the Walmart Scan and Go train. It's so much easier to shop, so much easier as a reseller. Scan the items in your cart, boom, bing, at the self-checkout. You need to talk to no one. Sir, you have too many items in your cart. I got Scan and Go, right? I'm seeing the Dollar General's taking out all their self-scanners. I heard that somebody was saying that Walmart was talking about the same thing. I don't even see how that's possible. Are they going to pay people? They should have been doing this a long time ago. You could pay an employee, pay somebody for as much theft as you are getting, as much theft as you were getting out of these stores. No repricer? No, I do not. You do a repricer? Nope. I just let them ride. I will go through. So first thing in the morning, usually, depending on whatever it is, roll through the better of the better, my old inventory. So I just sort it to the oldest, and then I'll go through and, check them out. You know what I mean? Rather than hopping on a Facebook or a TikTok or a YouTube or a whatever, I just go on there, do all my business while I'm doing my business. And yeah, so a repricer, no, I do not have one. I do not recommend repricers. I know that everybody swears by them, and maybe you use one. I don't like spending extra money for things that are monthly occurrences that I can't prove make me more money. I did try Amazon's repricer there for a while, and then I was like, dude, they're like trying to mess around. They're messing around too much. Like trying to always keep you bottom of the barrel. And so I don't like that. Repricers for the most part are also race to the bottom. So you've got your penny set up. Penny, and everybody goes down. And everybody uses a repricer. At least they used to. I don't know if anybody, I'm sure people do now still. Some of these experts, these guys out here in the YouTube, universe will say that you need it, and there's some other ones that say, oh, you need seller amp, and you need this. Why do you need seller amp? Because you made seller amp. And that's why they're telling you need seller amp, because that's a group of whatevers that made the seller amp app, and so you need it. You need it to source. No, it'll show you the BSR and blah blah blah. And you don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. Keepa is the only thing you need. Those apps may be easier, but they also can be wrong, right? They can be wrong, and they definitely are wrong. So how much? I don't know. But I'm not paying an extra $30+ a month, $25 a month, $30 a month. You start stacking up all these things, this thing and that thing and this thing and that thing, and then you're looking at your monthlies going, this is $200-$300 a month that I'm paying in add-ons, to source. So no, I do not. Do not. I think I tried out some other different weird things, just like looking at them. I've looked at them all. I've looked at almost all of them. When I first was going, like I said, I treated this like a job for real, because I was, that's what it was. And I spent, I don't know, was it 6 weeks plus researching? And then I spent like another 3 months, like really looking at it, like really crazy, like getting into it. And then like another, whatever. It was like 6 months total where I was like really crazy into it. And it was the only thing that I watched and researched, and my family thought I was crazy. They thought I was nuts. No one's ever heard of this shit. No one's ever heard of reselling. No one's ever heard of what you're talking about. Testing one on Amazon, right? Are you testing a repricer that's a third-party repricer, or are you testing Walmart's repricer and Amazon's repricer? Because they each have their own built in, and I do not trust that shit. So we've got an hour and 22 minutes. Wow. I'll talk forever. I will talk forever. Sitting on this live for forever. I'm going to have to get like a milkshake or something. Sandwich or something. Trying to not eat fast food. You drive so much, you like gotta have snacks with you. That's the thing. You gotta have some snacks in your truck or in your vehicle. The flash pricer. Never heard of it. Reno's in here pitching all his stuff, all his affiliates. Oh shit. I think you have to state that. You have to state that you have these affiliates. The affiliate programs. No, right. No, gotcha. You'll never disclose it, is what you're saying. You'll never disclose it. That's what you're saying. I know. All right, make your money, man. Make your money. What else? I don't have any. Right? I know. I'm just messing. I'm messing. Experts will say anything to get you to buy some type of course. I wonder how many of them actually succeed that do it. Better to just learn on your own. Yeah, Tyler. I appreciate you stopping in. I appreciate you commenting. Yeah. Learning on your own is good. Yes, I definitely. You can only have so much hand holding, right? But also learning from other people. Like I learn shit all the time. I learn shit every day. I still learn stuff. Like I said, I'm selling more now on eBay than I was, 2-3 years ago. So why is that? Because I've like figured out how to like sell, new items, or like what items sell better. just trying to help my old man, right? I know, right? Right. Uh, so, yeah, but they will say anything. Like some of these people are genuine, right? So I've seen some of these people, and I do believe some of them are genuine. I've watched a lot of these guys for quite a few years now, and I will say some of them are genuine, but I will also say that that their paradigm is shift. You know what I mean? Like they shifted how they think and do things. Um, to only be about this part of it. And that's okay if that's the direction they want to go. Like everyone needs to teach too. People need teachers too. But these guides and these whatever things, they're like, you got $10,000, we can whatever. And that's a lot of money. Like, unless you're like Amazon lit or something like that, I'm not fucking listening to you. Like, unless you're those guys, I'm not listening to you. Somebody's got to be pretty big dog for like to listen to. Oh yeah, the ebooks, yeah, the free ebooks and the guides, and then if you do that, is always chock full of their story and chock full of their chock full of the fucking links and affiliate, and this is the equipment that I'm using and all this shit. You're like, bro, just trying to, learn how to do this shit. I remember when I started. Hey, do you guys know this? Do you guys know? Right. Do you guys know? I don't know if I talked to you guys about this before, but about getting ungated, auto ungated. Okay. Do you guys know about auto ungating? I guess for everybody that sells on Amazon. Yes. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. So how many items would you say that you're auto ungated in? Like 100? 1,000? A couple of categories? All categories? Everything except Nike? You think you saying everything except Nike in every single ASIN? Out of his mind out here. Like hundreds, thousands, every single one, all of them. How many categories? All of them? No, just kidding. Right? No, I was like, what? I was like, every single one? Just Nike, huh? Just not Nike. Over time, a lot of auto ungates just by scanning a ton. Yeah. So I would implore you all, everyone that's in this live, and people that are going to watch it later. Hopefully they'll watch it. It's going on an hour and a half. There's ungating. If you just go onto YouTube and go to auto ungate ASINs or Amazon, ungating ASINs, you'll be surprised at how many of the ASINs that you're not ungated in when you start just copying pasting these ASINs. And when you start doing that, like you could just like watch them on your computer or on TV or whatever, or you can just put them in on your computer, whatever, however you want to do it, right? On your laptop or whatever, PC, whatever. You'll be surprised at the brands and the ungates that you will get. And the benefit of this is that you will start getting ungated in other things more automatically, right? Because everything's stackable on Amazon. So the amount of ungates you have in a specific thing will make it easier for you to get ungated in categories and ungated in certain brands also. Now, obviously, we all know there are brands that you cannot get ungated in, red restricted and things like that. Starbucks was one of my first big ones. Yeah, no auto, no, not auto ungate though. Yeah, right. Yeah, because they won't auto ungate. Right? Still need to get hazard material. Reno, I'll tell you how to get off. Not right here, but I'll tell you how to get hazard. Um, Unless Tyler already knows. Um, but yeah, the ungating portion of it is fairly easy. Um, and there's a lot of misinformation out there, and there's a lot of shit that I didn't know. Right? Didn't know. I'm like, why? How? They keep saying this and they keep saying that, and is it really that easy? And it is. It is surprisingly. But here's what I will say. Uh, once we are you looking to really sell hazardous? If you're not, the reason why I haven't messed with it a lot. I'm sure I could. Not sure I would do a lot of it though. Yeah. So like the main stuff is like, Reno, you do like lawn stuff and like the reason why I first did it was because I was all those liquids at the beginning. Reselling all those lawn sprays and all kind, roof sprays and all this shit, and like some of those were hazardous material, and so yeah. Um, so that's the other thing is that I will tell you guys, and for future audiences, do not get ungated in shit that you're never gonna sell. Auto ungate and shit you're never gonna sell because that shit doesn't matter, right? That shit's free. Uh, uh, Would do some for sure, I guess. Just depends on the weight, etc. Right? Yeah. There's big money in it. I mean, there's money in things because that's another niche that no one's selling. I have a bath and beauty spray. Really? That's hazardous? Oh, it's got the ozone. Yeah. This thing, it's got the shakeable. Yeah. Yes, you do. It's an aerosol. Um, yeah. Right. You should be able to merchant that though. You should be able to merchant that. And if not, do Walmart. Send it to Walmart. Um, so what was I saying? For future, yeah. So auto ungating is free, right? So just auto ungate as many ASINs as you possibly can, which will help you. But then also, you want to only pay to ungate in items that you're actually going to sell, that you plan on selling a lot. Don't ungate. Don't pay to ungate in some stupid ass thing that you're never going to sell in. I do FBM. That's what I'm saying. I know. I usually merchant that type of stuff. Or, yeah. You can, FBM it. You should be able to FBM it. Even if it's hazardous, it won't matter. I mean, it matters. Look at, man. I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. Package it well. Disclose whatever you're supposed to disclose, and ship that thing out. Unless there's a lot of them, ship them all out. Just pack it well, right? Yep. Yeah, don't be. Don't be a typical eBay seller or something and package it all silly. In your grandma's underwear and some duct tape or something. And so, when no one is FBA, you get the buy box. And that's not true. So that's not true. That's not true. So yeah. So that's another way that Amazon gets sellers to fight against each other a lot too, is the myth that if you're FBM and somebody else is FBA, you won't be able to make any sales. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. Coming from an expert guru who has tested these things many a time. It has a factor. Certain things have factors, but more things have other factors than that. Just because somebody's FBA doesn't mean you can't sell it. Got to check the data. Yeah, definitely. So I will tell you this. I was going to leave it out, but I'll tell you. So the real things on why that's sort of kind of true, but not true, is the fact that your stuff matters. So how close you are to the customer matters, right? So the length of time that it takes to ship to them matters more to Amazon than almost anything. Not any sales, but get ahead of other sellers. Right. Yeah, but being ahead of other sellers doesn't really, what does that matter? I don't care if I'm fourth or fifth, right? I mean, I don't care as long as I'm in that row, 4, 5-ish. I'll share the buy box all day. I'll be even more expensive. But the main thing to Amazon, the thing that matters most to Amazon is how fast the item can get to the customer. That's what matters the most. And that's that's the highest metric. Price is not the highest. It's not. It's part of it, but it is not the highest metric. It is how fast the item can ship to the customer, right? And depending on where you are and all those things matter. So if you're in whatever you are in, what I already know where you are, but if you're there and the thing has to go to Florida or whatever, but they have a fulfillment center that's got 100 in Florida, right? You can do some sneaky stuff. You can get on the listing, right? You could check who has what, get on your Keepa, find the sellers, right? But you can also, right? Yes, speed due to location. Yes. So, but you can find out where these people are, right? And you can also on your stuff switch to next day, switch to 1-day shipping, change your handling time to 0. You can set it to be item specific also, so you can change the handling time on a specific item. Lots of things, but yeah. Is it way low? Do you think so there's no margin? What you're saying is there's no margin unless you are winning the buy box? At the buy box price right now, there's no margin there for you to make a profit after shipping it, or? Yeah, it depends on what it is. I mean, obviously it depends on what it is. So FBA, yes. I mean, I send in 90% of stuff, so I'm not going to be a big proponent. No, it helps to have it in Amazon. Yeah. So here's what I will tell you, right? And I know that everybody's going to argue, you guys are going to argue with me about this. It's not always the case, right? So it does, they say it helps, and it does, right? And it does. I know it does. We all know it does a little bit, right? Winning the buy box in X rotation, you've got to know whether they even rotate it. So that metric has to be known first, right? And I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm just, for other people watching eventually also, the rotation of the buy box needs to be known. If it's 100% to Amazon, or it's 100% to a seller, or it's 100% to the brand, and they fucking don't ever give you anything, not even 8%, 5% to another seller, and they're just hogging it 90% plus of the time, yeah, probably not. But sometimes, depending on how many you have, you can sneak in a sale or two. You know what I mean? That would not be a reason why I wouldn't list them. Not at all. Not at all. I do a lot of FBM and win buy box and get sales. Yeah. Do both depending on what it is, how many units, etc. Yeah, I do a ton of smalls, small stuff, small expensive items, or things that I know are going to tank because I see them at the stores and I go as fast as I can get them in there, right? The faster I can get them listed and get them sold at that high margin, that high profit, I'll do it. As long as it's not heavy, as long as because I know the shipping. I know what shipping is going to be, and I buy all my shipping through them. I don't use any fucking outsourced shipping bullshit because I know exactly what the shipping prices are going to be, and they're the best. It doesn't really matter. The insurance, maybe somebody will argue with me now or in the future. Buying shipping from these services are the fastest, the best price. You can maybe eke out some cents, but you ain't going to get that cents back in insurance, or that cents back in, in the coverage that you get, the peace of mind that you get from buying and purchasing the label through the platform. That goes for all platforms, eBay included. So Walmart included, finally. So yeah, definitely. I do FBM, like quick sale, that's like a lot of quick stuff. But things that I have a lot of, I send in. It's just a lot to deal with. It's easier to deal with. So there was a mop. There was a as seen on TV mop that I was getting at Lowe's during the Pando. It was a motorized mop, and I was getting these mops for $20, and I was selling these mops for $100, $110. I love the smalls. You know what one is, but there's a few others I love. Sometimes I get it sold before I can ship them in. Yeah. Yep. And that's the, list them. You might as well list them, and that's the best part, when you list them, for sure. And then they sell. So these mops went to every single Lowe's I could go to, and I was getting 10 to 20 a piece. Sometimes I guess, that was I already read that one. Yeah, 10 to 20 of them at each store. Ink, baby. Yeah. That ink. Ink is the best thing ever. Ink is the best. I can't even explain how much I appreciate the ink. So these mops were silly. This is the last story I got to tell here. An hour and 41 minutes. So these mops, was going to Lowe's to pick these up. I was going to different states. I mean, I was driving every state, all around in my state and every state around me. All over the place, to get these, because they were like $40 and $50 profits. Every single one of them was like $40 profit, $50 profit. One more I won't say anymore. Filters for numerous things. Yes, absolutely. Those are the shit. What did you, Tyler? Have you been selling longer than I have, or have you been copying me? Is that what you've been? I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. Yeah, filters for sure. Filters, I love them. Cheap, easy, light, boom, gone. Everybody needs a filter for something, except automotive filters. Been doing it a while, right? You won't say how many years. You won't tell me how many years. This is a long while. More years than me. Maybe you're the expert. Maybe we should be taking Tyler's guide. Tyler's guide and courses. Just sign up. What was I talking about? Ashtray filters sell. Yes. I can't remember the brand. What's that brand? I know what you're talking about too. I got a bunch of those too before. What is it? That brand? I can't remember. Oh, 2013. Jeez Louise, Reno. It's a long time ago. Were you selling on eBay first? Or were you on Amazon in 2013? It's like wild west. And now you're worried about hazardous materials? The place is crazy back then. 99 cents at our store. Yeah. Oh, right on. Yeah. No Amazon, right? Okay. I was like 2013. Nice. 5 years, Tyler. Nice. Yeah. I don't know if I'm laid back. I get high strung, man. I get high strung sometimes. Some of my videos, I get worried that I'm going to alienate certain groups of people. That's all in the same. That's all in the same thing. Par for the course, I guess. It's, take it as it comes. Yeah, it happens, right? Lose my mind. People saying stupid shit at a Walmart. You know, they're like, "Oh no, we've never sold those." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Oh, self checkout usually is probably the worst when they're like, "Oh, I don't know how to do this scan and go thing." I'm like, "It's been out for like 4 years. What are you talking about? You don't know how to do it." Anyway, yeah, because sometimes they've got to scan. They've got to scan the items to make sure you're not stealing stuff. I can tell you some other time, right? It was Amazon, and I made listings that are still there. Wow, making listings, yeah, heck yeah, dude. That's pretty crazy. Nobody even makes a listing anymore. I make 0 listings. No one ever makes a listing. Amazon still talks shit like they're like your listing. I'm like, dude, nobody's even making these listings anymore. It's nonsense. Nonsense. Oh, man. All right, guys. 5 people. Can we get 5 thumbs up? Can we get 5 thumbs up in here? Give me a holler on a private chat or something. Always looking to network with good people. Yeah, seriously. So like in the description of this video, or maybe I'll pin it to the comments, will be links to our Discord, and then you guys can message me privately through the Discord. So you should hop in the Discord, and then you can message me privately in there. Yeah, we can talk about whatever. Holmes, that's the name. That's the filter. Yep. Holmes filter. Yep. And then, yeah. So through the Discord. So anybody that's listening, Discord. I made a Patreon. I don't know what I'm doing on Patreon. It's not set up really. So anyway, who knows how far that'll go? To the basement. What else? 475 subs. Last time I looked. Everyone needs to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can get notified of lives just like this. I got to do the housekeeping here, guys, at the end. So yeah, we are on our way to 500 subscribers to do members only, and we will make that goal very shortly. Very, very shortly. You will get members only lives probably, and members only UPCs, bolos, clips, all that good stuff. Have a good one and good sales month. You too, bro. You too. Appreciate it. We are about to wrap this up. More thumbs up in the chat. Thumbs up. Yes, no. I'm looking for 5. I got 5 people in here looking for 5. Can I get a 5? Can I get a 5? Couple more. 2 more. I think my record was 7, I think. No, it might have been 5. It might have been 3. I don't even know. We're hitting those numbers. Bringing that content. All right, guys. We're going to wrap it up. Any more questions for me before we hop off of here? Any more questions? This is the time. This is your chance. Take a chance. Ask a comment. Ask a question. RUGAY. Oh, brother. Somebody in the chat asked that earlier, just for people that are watching this at the end. I'm sure that if you skipped around, I'm gonna get kicked off. Nothing. Nobody's got anything. I'm gonna hop off here. All right. Talk to you guys later. Catch you in the editing. All right. Bye.